Forests have served as the world's most profound cathedrals of biodiversity and mystery for millions of years, housing creatures that bridge the gap between biological reality and spiritual symbol. From the misty heights of the mountains to the dense primary jungles, certain animals stand out not merely for their physical power, but for their ability to evoke a sense of the numinous. Certain animals stand out not merely for their physical power, but for their ability to evoke a sense of the divine presence or ancient authority. Welcome to an exploration of the wild's true authority. We are examining 10 of the most majestic forest creatures through the lenses of science, history, and philosophy. Number 10. The Siberian tiger. Also known as the Amur tiger, it is the largest cat on Earth, weighing up to 660 pounds and reigning as the apex predator of the frozen East. Scientifically, it is a marvel of adaptation, possessing a dense coat that allows it to survive temperatures as low as -40 degrees Fahrenheit. Unlike other tigers, its stripes are fewer and paler. For the indigenous Udege and Nanai peoples, the tiger is known as Amba, a spirit relative and the master of the taiga. Historically, killing a tiger was strictly taboo, a violation of the sacred law. If a tiger died, it received a ceremonial burial in a wooden structure called a saktama, dressed in human clothing to honor its soul as a fallen king of the wild. Philosophically, the tiger represents the equilibrium of power. In Chinese tradition, it is the equal rival of the dragon, symbolizing the balance between matter and spirit, the earth and the sky. In Tungusic culture, its stripes are believed to split day from night, positioning the cat as a cosmic regulator of the taiga's breath. Recent statistics indicate a population of roughly 500 individuals in the wild, rebounding from a low of just 40 in the 1930s. It remains the guardian of the frozen woods, a testament to the balance of lethal power and necessary restraint in the heart of the wild. Number 9. The spirit bear. Found only in the Great Bear Rainforest, this white ghost is not an albino, but a subspecies of the black bear carrying a rare recessive gene. Scientists have discovered that white-coated bears are 35% more successful at catching salmon during the day because their light color is less visible to fish against the sky. Kitasu legends state that the creator Raven made 1 in 10 bears white to remind humanity of the time when the earth was covered in ice and snow, a living memory of the Ice Age. The spirit bear is a bridge between worlds, challenging the binary of black and white. It symbolizes the preservation of sacred mysteries in a modern, mapped world. Found nowhere else on Earth, it thrives in the mossy cathedrals of the Great Bear Rainforest, a sacred inhabitant of the Emerald Wild. Its success at the salmon hunt is a biological miracle of camouflage, proving that even in the shadows, light can be a lethal tool. As a living memory of the Ice Age, it serves to instill gratitude for the modern, bountiful landscape we now inhabit. It remains a guardian of sacred mysteries, a ghost in the emerald heart that reminds us of the worlds we have yet to fully understand. Number 8. The harpy eagle, the most powerful raptor on Earth, with rear talons reaching 5 inches in length, equivalent to the claws of a grizzly bear. Females have a wingspan of nearly 7.5 feet. They are canopy specialists, using shorter, broader wings to maneuver through dense foliage at speeds of 50 miles per hour. Indigenous Brazilian tribes view the harpy as the personification of their chiefs. For them, it is an umbrella species. If the harpy thrives, the entire jungle is healthy. Named after the spirits of Greek mythology, the bird represents the divine messenger. It represents perspective and vigilance, the silent observer of the harsh predator-prey cycle. It is the bird that carries souls to the underworld, a bridge between the physical canopy and the spirit world above. It occupies the highest branches, looking down upon the lesser citizens of the forest, embodying the harsh necessity of life. Among the Mehinako, eagles were historically kept in large central cages as village guardians, protectors of the tribal heart. It remains the silent monitor of the Amazon, a messenger of vigilance that rules the sunlit cathedrals of the highest green. Number 7. The okapi. Known as the African unicorn, it remained unknown to Western science until 1901, hidden in the filtered light of the Ituri rainforest. It is the only living relative of the giraffe, possessing a prehensile tongue long enough to lick its own ears. It communicates using infrasonic frequencies below the human range. The okapi represents hidden truth. Its calf can delay its first defecation for up to 2 months to avoid attracting predators, a symbol of extreme discretion and unseen wisdom. Its discovery proved that the world still holds massive secrets. It is a philosophical reminder that silence and reclusiveness are powerful tools for survival. Communicating in infrasonic frequencies, it speaks in a language we cannot hear, a silent dialogue in the heart of the Congo. Primarily solitary, it embodies the power of reclusiveness, a silent sentinel of a world that refuses to be fully known. Explorers once thought the striped horse was a fantasy, a striped unicorn of the deep woods that defied the modern map. It remains the embodiment of hidden truth, a reminder that the greatest mysteries of the forest are often those that choose to remain unseen. Number 6. The snow leopard. Known as the ghost of the mountains, it inhabits the high-altitude forests and rocky ridges of Central Asia at elevations up to 17,000 feet. Its tail is as long as its body, acting as a balance pole and a warm muffler in the sub-zero nights. In Tibetan Buddhism, these cats are viewed as sacred messengers of the gods. Great yogis were said to transform into snow leopards to traverse the high peaks. Seeing one is a sign of high spiritual merit, a rare encounter with the divine. The snow leopard embodies the concept of emptiness and impermanence. It is a master of blending in, symbolizing the ego's dissolution into the environment. Its exceptionally long tail acts as a warm muffler, a shield against the lethal mountain cold that defies survival. Unlike other big cats, it cannot roar. It instead makes a chuffing sound, a silent titan of the high peaks. They are viewed as the spirits of the mountains, messengers of the gods that traverse the threshold of the heavens. Its value lies in the not seeing, the acceptance of mystery, and the transcendence of the ego into the vast, snowy wild. Number 5. The red deer stag. Known as the monarch of the glen, it is an iconic inhabitant of European forests and a universal symbol of perpetual renewal. Its antlers are a biological marvel, growing up to an inch per day during the summer. They are shed and regrown annually, a process that requires immense metabolic energy. In Celtic mythology, the stag is associated with Cernunnos, the horned god of the wild. It was a beast of the chase, protected by strict royal forest laws throughout history. The stag represents the sovereignty of the wild, a leader who rules by the seasonal rhythms of the earth. In legend, the white stag heralds the beginning of a great quest. Its roaring during the autumn rut serves as a living clock, a heartbeat for the forest's perpetual regeneration. Protected by strict forest laws that once punished poachers with death, it was the royal game of kings and czars. As a universal symbol of resurrection, it represents the cycle of life that refuses to be extinguished by the winter. It remains the sovereign of the wild, a leader that does not rule by force, but by the rhythms of the earth itself. Number 4. The great gray owl. Standing nearly 30 inches tall, it is a guide between the living and the dead, relying on intuition over sight. Its facial disc acts like a satellite dish to funnel sound. It hunts in near-total darkness, listening to the unspoken layers of reality that are hidden from the eyes. Indigenous tribes refer to it as the Phantom of the North. Its eyes are said to be made of ghosts, a psychopomp that carries messages between the worlds. The owl represents the transition from intellect to intuition. It teaches a philosophy of listening to the invisible, the layers of reality that remain unheard by most. A feathered illusion weighing only 2.5 pounds, its size is a masterpiece of insulation and acoustic focus. It hears life move beneath the frozen threshold, a hunter that senses what the eyes can never perceive. Guardians of the threshold between life and death, they serve as silent judges of the forest's deepest secrets. It remains the Phantom of the North, teaching us to listen to the unheard layers of the world that surround us. Number 3. The wolverine. The largest land-dwelling member of the weasel family, it is the stoic of the forest, a part of life that refuses to die. Despite weighing only 40 pounds, it has been known to drive grizzly bears and wolf packs away from kills through sheer, unyielding tenacity and force of will. In mythology, the wolverine is a trickster who helped shape the earth. He represents the primitive spark, the unyielding spirit that survives the most brutal environments. He is anti-social and fierce, a lone survivor who reminds us that endurance is the ultimate form of power in the face of an unforgiving wilderness. Its upper molars are rotated 90 degrees inward, specialized tools designed to tear through frozen bone and meat. A fierce competitor, it possesses a tenacity that allows it to challenge the most formidable predators of the north. The stoic of the forest, it survives through sheer will, a primitive spark that refuses to be extinguished by the cold. It remains the lone survivor, a reminder that endurance is the ultimate form of authority in the unforgiving wild. Number 2. The black panther. The shadow self, a color variant of the leopard or jaguar, embodying the power of the primal void in the heart of the jungle. For many cultures, the black panther is a symbol of the night and the moon. Amazonian tribes see it as a spiritual guide for shamans moving between worlds. It represents the energy that emerges from the darkness to protect, hunt, and transform. It is the mastery of the unseen, a reminder of what lies beyond perception. In the shadows of dense forests, their dark coats provide near-perfect invisibility, a master of the unseen. It embodies the power of the shadow, reminding us that what we cannot perceive still possesses the power to shape reality. Believed to move between the physical and spirit worlds at will, it acts as a protector of the sacred journey. It embodies the warrior principle in its most primal form, the energy that emerges from the darkness to transform perception. It remains the master of the void, a reminder of the hidden power that dwells in the deepest shadows of the wild. Number 1. The moose. A creature of majestic contradictions, standing 7 feet tall at the shoulder, the silent sentinel of the northern wetlands. Surprisingly aquatic, it can dive 20 feet underwater to feed on sodium-rich plants. It represents the magic of life and death, moving with silent grace. To the Athapascan people, the moose is a sacred gift of life. It is a towering presence of ancient power, a sentinel of the threshold between worlds. Standing as a towering sentinel, its name comes from the Algonquin word for twig eater, a massive consumer of the wild's bounty. Despite its gangly appearance, it moves with a silent grace through deep water and dense thickets that would trap any other. Hunters would talk to the raven, asking for help in finding the moose, a sacred relationship between the bird and the giant. It represents the magic of life and death, a towering presence that stands as a silent judge of the northern wetlands. It remains the undisputed king of the wetlands, a creature of majestic contradictions that rules the northern wild with silent authority. These creatures are the true authority of the wild. They remind us that we are part of something ancient, mysterious, and grand beyond our understanding. As the shadows lengthen and the fog returns to the cathedrals of biodiversity, we are left with the numinous presence of the majestic. Their eyes reflect the history of the world, a silent judge of our responsibility to the non-human persons of the earth. If you felt the spirit of the woods today, like, share, and subscribe. Use the thanks button to support our journey into the deep wild. Until next time.